So courtesy of demand, today we are going to delve into the used car market segment. We are going to be taking a look at two MPVs that have dominated the Kenyan market for quite some time. I'm talking about the first generation Toyota Wish, which was in production from 2003 till around 2009, and the Honda Stream second generation, which was produced between 2006 to 2014. These two cars have been serious competitors throughout their production. The Wish really dominated the market. It's an MPV that was and is still being used as a family and business car, especially due to its affordable maintenance, efficiency, and space. That said, the Honda Stream was the almost perfect alternative to the Toyota Wish for a number of reasons, which we will discuss in today's episode, as well as try to find out which one between these two locally used MPVs you should go for. So please stay tuned for that, and as always, if you find this content helpful, please do consider subscribing to the channel for more informative content on cars and bikes. Welcome to IK Auto Reviews. So this first generation of the Toyota Wish came with two engine options, a 1ZZ FE 1.8 liter producing about 132 horsepower and a 1AZ FSE 2.0 liter producing about 155 horsepower, though it's important to take note that these engines now have high mileages, and depending on how well an engine has been maintained over the years, chances of maintaining its power output may vary. Now you can get the 1.8 liter engine with the 4-speed automatic. Then there was also a CVT gearbox, which came exclusively paired with the D4 variant of the 2.0 liter engine. This D4 engine did not have such a good reputation when it came to reliability. Why is this so? With these D4 engines, fuel is injected under very high pressure into the combustion chamber itself, as opposed to the VVTi engines whereby fuel is injected into the inlet manifold to mix with the air before entering the combustion chamber. So what happens is that if you are not careful with maintenance, especially in terms of oil changes, air filters, or even using poor quality fuel, this may lead to issues in these D4 engines, and especially issues to do with rough idling, sluggishness, among other issues. And by the way, this engine has been used in other Toyotas like the Voxy, Avensis, and Premium. In fact, we've replaced several of these D4 engines due to issues that would have cost quite a lot to fix. That engine replacement was the better and more affordable way to go. So just keep that in mind. They are sensitive engines, but if you are careful with the maintenance, they can last quite some time. The 1.8 liter engine is way more reliable, and with proper maintenance can even get to over 500,000 kilometers. They are very good engines, and no wonder these cars are still very many on the roads. Some have even been operating as matatus for years and are still going strong. As for efficiency, this not only depends on how you drive, but also on how the car has been maintained over the years. So generally expect figures of around 12 to a maximum of 14-15ish kilometers per liter on the 1.8 liter, and between 10 to around 13ish kilometers per liter. Generally not bad, but if you are very light-footed and the engine is in very good health, you may even exceed these figures slightly. On to the Honda Stream. This MPV is very similar to the Toyota Wish, just two engine options, either a 1.8 liter R18 or a 2.0 liter R20. The R18 churns about 140 horsepower, while the R20 about 150 horsepower. Now, front-wheel drive version of the 2.0 liter is the only option that came with the CVT gearbox, while the 1.8 liter and all-wheel drive versions of the 2.0 liter came with a 5-speed automatic. In some markets, a 5-speed manual was even available, but locally, I don't think they are available. In fact, I've never seen even a single one. These engines are both very good, supremely reliable, just like the engines in the Toyota Wish. Though in terms of performance, the Stream is a bit better. Its engines just feel a bit more eager to get up and go. They are definitely more responsive and eager to rev. In fact, another plus is the 5-speed automatic, which is smooth and generally feels a bit more responsive compared to the Toyota Wish. Also do take note that the Stream even comes with paddle shifts. so you can cycle through the 5 gears while on the move. Generally, there's really nothing much that goes wrong with these engines, except maybe for issues such as oil consumption and oil leaks, both of which are common in very high mileage vehicles. But with good maintenance, they can easily go head to head with those of the Toyota Wish. That's just how good they are. Maintenance wise, some people have complained that some spare parts are a bit expensive, and they are actually right. They are slightly more expensive compared to those of the Toyota Wish, and even the body parts are not cheap when you compare them to those of the Toyota Wish. But the plus side is that they last quite a long time. As for efficiency, expect anywhere between 12-ish to around 14 kilometers per liter in the 1.8, and between 10 to around 12 kilometers per liter in the 2.0. So these MPVs are not far off efficiency wise. The fuel tank capacity in the Toyota Wish is 60 liters, which means you'll get a longer driving range in this MPV compared to the Stream, which has a smaller 55-liter tank. Ground clearance is not such a big issue in these two MPVs. With their stock wheels, they fall slightly below the recommended 165mm clearance, but they are not too bad. Just install slightly larger wheels and you'll be good to go. Or you could even just keep the stock wheel size if you don't frequent roads with very uneven surfaces. When it comes to the suspension setup, the Stream is the clear winner. Both cars get McPherson struts at the front, but the difference comes in at the back. The Honda Stream gets a double wishbone setup, which is more comfortable and feels more sure-footed compared to the Toyota Wish, which can at times feel bouncy due to its torsion beam setup. As for the brakes, both vehicles get ventilated discs at the front. Then at the back, lower variants of the Wish get drums, while the upper trim levels get solid discs. The Honda Stream, on the other hand, gets solid discs as standard. The Toyota Wish has a carb weight of around 1380 kgs, while its competitor measures in at roughly 1358 kgs. What about safety? Now, this being older cars, they were not fitted with any of the modern safety features, so they just get the standard traditional safety features such as driver and passenger airbags, ABS, EBD, brake assist. Then as for the optional features, the Toyota Wish has side airbags, while the Stream even adds curtain airbags. Lastly, how much will this vehicle set you back at? Now, depending on the mileage, condition and model year, the Toyota Wish will set you back anywhere between 500,000 shillings to around 800,000. Keep in mind that the last year of production for this first generation was in 2009. Compare that with the Honda Stream, whose last year of production for this second generation was in 2014. So definitely there has to be a significant price difference. But that said, this MPV, again depending on the mileage, condition and model year, will set you back between 700,000 to around 1.4 million. So which one should you go for? Before we answer that question, let's very quickly talk about the exteriors and interiors. In fact, there's not much to talk about here. Both cars are very simple, though the Honda Stream looks a bit sharper and sportier, especially the RSZ models. Interior-wise, these MPVs are both very spacious. They are 7-seaters with good second row seat space, and even their third rows are not bad. In both, two adults can be accommodated even on long journeys. Their boots are also similarly spacious, especially with their third row of seats folded down. And by the way, there are some very high rare variants of these cars that even have sunroofs, body kits and keyless entry, though their prices are definitely higher. And before I forget, the Honda Stream shares so much with the Honda Crossroad. In fact, many components are interchangeable except the body parts. Quickly on to their pros and cons. Both MPVs are very reliable, very spacious. They have good resale value, and in addition to that, the Stream handles better than the Toyota Wish, while the Wish, on the other hand, will offer you a slightly longer driving range due to its slightly larger fuel tank capacity. On to their cons. This first generation of the Wish may be an older car, but that shouldn't make you think it's no longer a thief magnet. It still is, and it's stolen majorly for its spare parts. which are always on demand. The second con has to do with its sensitive default engine, which can be a bit of a pain to live with, especially if you like skimping on maintenance. In fact, in some cases, issues may still crop up even though you are careful with its maintenance, and that's why it's advisable to just get the 1.8 liter coupled to the 4-speed automatic. Onto the Honda Stream, its only con is the slightly more expensive spares compared to those of the Toyota Wish. So with all that said, which one between these local used MPVs should you go for? Both are seriously good. That drawing a line between them is a challenge, but this is my recommendation. The Honda Stream is more suited as a comfortable family cruiser. It handles the road well and also exhibits a bit of sportiness, from its driving dynamics to its sharp looks. The Wish, on the other hand, is more of a hardy and tough MPV that appeals more to those who are into business, and it in fact offers good value for money because it's more affordable, yet it's very spacious, very easy and affordable to maintain, and is as reliable as it gets. Which one will you go for between these two? Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. My personal pick would be the Honda Stream, but if I was on a tight budget, I would without a doubt go for the Toyota Wish. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, if you have any inquiries, feel free to reach me via WhatsApp or email. And before you go, you can also support the channel by purchasing our merchandise. There are t-shirts, caps, wall clocks, and much more available at affordable prices. Stay safe, drive and ride safe. See you in the next one. But before you go, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button.